Hello! So today we're going to be talking a little bit about my skincare routine, especially with the wedding coming up. It's been really important for me to take care of my skin. And honestly, I debated making this video because I don't have a ton to my skincare routine. I feel like less is more in a lot of situations, and this may be TMI, but I went off of my birth control for the first time in almost 10 years. There were some periods where I would go off of it for a month or two and then just go right back on it, but this is the first time that I've been off of it for longer than like 2 months, and honestly, mentally, I'm feeling a lot better. And skincare wise, I'm getting a lot of breakouts now on my chin area, which I feel like is pretty normal when you go off of birth control, but it's more important now more than ever that I start taking care of my skin and start addressing these problems, especially to avoid breakouts on the big day. So there's some things that I've added to my skincare routine and even some things that I've taken out of my skincare routine. This is really simple and easy to stay on top of. I am not one to really take care of myself. I let my hair go all the time. I let my skin go all the time. So having a simple skincare routine is really, really important to me. So let's go ahead and get started. So I have a very, very simple skincare routine in the morning because usually Monday through Friday I wake up and just have to get right on my computer for work. I work from home, so I usually wake up 5 minutes before I have to be on and just come in here and get set up. So my skincare routine in the morning is super, super, super simple. I just reordered my sunscreen. I always wear sunscreen in the morning. I wear the brand Supergoop. I don't have it right now, so I haven't been wearing it the last few days, but normally I do, so I'll put that on first. And then after sunscreen, I'll go in with this vitamin C serum from Beekman 1802. This is a little trial size because I was just trying out this brand before I bought the full sizes. And I found that this is really good for my sensitive skin. Anything sets my skin off, so if I wake up in the morning and just put moisturizer on my face, just the rubbing motion will make my face turn red. I ended up buying a bunch of other things from this brand because it's worked out really, really well for me. So I'll mix this in with either my Cetaphil moisturizer. I have this in so many different sizes. This is the main brand that I use for my moisturizer. I do have another one that I'll occasionally swap in, but this is the one that works out best for me. I have this in so many different sizes. So with this Beekman 1802 set, I also got this Bloom Cream. It's a probiotic moisturizer. This one's also worked out really well for my sensitive skin. It really helps to kind of soothe it, where the Cetaphil moisturizer can sometimes make it red for a little bit longer. I find that the probiotic moisturizer from Beekman 1802 actually helps to kind of soothe it and makes that redness go away a little bit faster. So I do really enjoy this. I honestly don't enjoy the smell of it though. It kind of has like a strange smell to it, and it's not super, super strong, but it's just one of those smells where like you smell it for the first time after smelling something else or using something that's totally unscented, and you're just like, what is that smell? But honestly, it's really not that strong, and I'm pretty sure that the smell comes from something that's naturally in here, so you can't really get too mad about it if it works. You kind of just have to get past the smell. It's nothing like crazy strong. It's just something to get used to. Now, the rest of my skincare routine I actually do at night, and it's honestly maybe 3 or 4 steps, so it's really not hard to do at all. If you're getting out of the shower, you're already in the bathroom anyway, so I just keep all of my stuff in there so I have it. The first thing that I do when I get out of the shower is put on this retinol eye cream. This is from the Inky List. This is a pretty affordable brand, and you can find this at Sephora. I just started getting back into using this regularly, and I've seen really good results with this. Now, the retinol can be very drying and irritating for skin like mine, especially on the under eyes because that skin is so thin. So I go ahead on top of that with the caffeine eye cream from the Inkey List. This has a bunch of foundation on it, so ignore that. But this helps to moisturize right where I put the retinol. A couple of times I've gone in with the retinol eye cream and then forgotten to put a moisturizer on top of it, so I always make sure that I go in with the caffeine eye cream. You also don't have to use an eye cream. I just picked this up because I heard a couple of other people saying really good things about it, but you can absolutely just go ahead with your regular moisturizer on your under eyes. Now, this next thing I also picked up from Beekman 1802, and I use this instead of retinol on my face because it is so sensitive. I've heard really good things about this specific ingredient for sensitive skin, so it's basically an alternative to retinol, and I have no idea how to pronounce it, so I'm just going to hold it up here. It's called the Dream Booster. It's a beta retinol serum, and I'll put the name of the ingredient here and in the description if this will focus. Okay, there it is. So it's the Dream Booster, and then the word that I can't pronounce, it's a beta retinol serum. So I'll just take this and mix it in with either the Bloom Cream or with my Cetaphil moisturizer, and then just really let that soak into my skin. I'll usually give it maybe half an hour or an hour, and then usually my skin will really soak in the moisturizer, so sometimes I do have to go in with additional moisturizer because my skin is very dry and very sensitive, so occasionally I'll just have to put this on again. But honestly, that is it for my skincare routine. That's all I do. The only thing that I didn't show you is the sunscreen. Just make sure that you have sunscreen because it does make a difference. It's just a super simple skincare routine and it works really well for me. I am going to be turning 29 in May, so really starting to keep up on a skincare routine has been so important. And with the wedding coming up, I want to make sure that my skin is in the best shape. So those are a couple of things that I've been doing. Now, as far as things that I took out of my skincare routine, honestly, this I bought and didn't use at all because I bought it and then started hearing it's more of like a therapeutic thing. Like it's more of just like treating yourself. Like it doesn't actually do anything, and I've heard conflicting things, so I hung on to it in case I wanted to try it. But I bought something that I'm going to show you towards the end of the video, and now that I have that, I'm not really sure that I want to use this at all. So it's the Gua Sha. I bought this a couple of months ago, and it's just been sitting in the drawer ever since. I never picked it up or did anything with it. Honestly, I feel like it's just going to take up too much of my time. I don't feel like doing it, and I definitely don't feel like doing it if I'm hearing mixed results about it, and if it's not going to do anything for me. So I haven't taken this out of the box yet, but let me know if you have one, if you've tried it, if you have any video recommendations for how to use it, because I'm still going to hang on to it and possibly use it at some point. So if anyone knows how to use it or if it's worked for them, let me know. And the last thing that I've taken out of my skincare routine, I've actually taken it out completely, are makeup wipes. So now I'm just using a cleanser. I use the Cetaphil cleanser, or I'll use micellar water if there's makeup that has to be taken off. Haven't used a makeup wipe in a long time, so these are going to be donated. And this last thing here is actually brand new. I've never used this before, but I've heard really good things about it, and I got this kind of to replace the Gua Sha, because I'm honestly not sure how well that would work anyway. And so I decided to pick this up after hearing a few good reviews about it, and honestly I was curious. So if it works out, cool. If it doesn't, it doesn't. So I went ahead and ordered this new face. This is the Trinity bundle or the Trinity device. Honestly, this was like the one that everyone was talking about, so I just went ahead and bought this one. So it comes with the hydrating gel. So this is basically what the device works with. Like it doesn't work well or work as well without it, and then the applicator brush, and then of course the device. So the idea of it, from what I understood, is that it's like microcurrents that basically like pull everything up, and I've seen people using it in videos, and honestly, I've seen a pretty big difference. So I'm very curious to see how long the results last. So this is something that I'll be using in my skincare routine for the next 2 months leading up to the wedding, and hopefully after that too, as long as the results are really good. And that's everything. To be honest with you, up until a couple of months ago, I was really just cleansing my face and putting on moisturizer. The vitamin C serum, the retinol serum, and the eye creams are fairly new to me. That's something that I've kind of started working into my routine and just building time into my routine to really dedicate to that. So now that I feel comfortable with my skincare routine currently, that's why I decided to add in the new face and try that out and see how that goes. Honestly, it's going to take some time to build up a habit and getting into the swing of things. So definitely start out small if you're just using moisturizer. Maybe try to add in little by little, whatever you really want to target. Because honestly, I know people talk about it and make it seem like it's such an easy thing to do, and I can understand that it's really hard to build a habit, and I've been there. So I think it's smart to just start with baby steps if you're trying to build your own skincare routine, and just find things that work for you. Those trial sizes that I'm currently using have come in really handy to figure out what works for me and what doesn't. So I would try to find as many trial size things as you can and really just give them a go and really nail down a skincare routine that works for you. Everyone's skin is so different, so the things that I use aren't necessarily going to work for you. So it's really all about just finding your balance and what works with your skin. But I will stop rambling now. I hope this video was helpful. If you're interested in seeing other skincare things or things that I'm doing to get ready for the wedding, make sure that you let me know in the comments down below, and I will see you in the next one.